Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you.
Dopamine. Oh, I got that
Thanks
fix.
for the dopamine.
Oh.
Thanks for the dopamine. I appreciate that. Captain Enosa with the hat already. No see hair only hats. No hair only hats. Look at the hat on here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome aboard Boostak. Thank you for that. It's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those days, all right? McNets, welcome back. It's great to have you here on this beautiful day. Pagorley, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on this deck. Peace of Mars says, so I know bean water is kind, but I usually picture the juice from a can of black beans first when I hear it. Also, good morning. Well, just so you know, that's the same thing. It's just, right? Is that not the same thing? Hero Fox, thank you for the hat, Redeem. BK, thank you for the hat, Redeem. Congratulations on your first, BK. Congratulations on your first. Mary Cat. Mary Cat. Just remember, you're first in my heart. You're first in my heart, Mary Cat. Even if you're not first here, you're first in my heart. Good morning, Code Monk. It's wonderful to have you here. Peace on Mars. It's wonderful to have you here. Welcome back, Lance. Congratulations on 8th. Congratulations on your 8th. We got Code Monk here. BK, congratulations on your first. It's so good. So good. Thank you for the doy, Lance. Thank you for the doy. Captain Enosa, I'm so glad you're here today. Kavadratisk, you have the power. You have the power to add more hats to this. Did you know? Did you know you have the power, my friend? It's up to you. It's up to you. Code Monk, thank you for the hat, Redeem. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. We're going to add it to this stack here. I appreciate it. We're off to a good start. We're a minute and 30 in, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hats, 7 hats going. The Googles don't work here. All right, BK, the Googles don't work on this screen, but let's add one in anyway. All right, BK, thank you for the googly eyes. Thank you for the googly eye. Thank you for the sus. It's so great to have all here. Kamandra Tisk wants another hat. Let's get another hat on. Folks, things get crazy here. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. I used to feel like I had a lot of hats. But now that you guys just start sending those hats right away, I start going like, wow, what happened to all the hats? What happened to all these hats? I feel like I have so few hats these days. Because there's so many. Played the chess game yesterday for a hot minute. What did you think, Mary Cat? Dragon Dust. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to the stream again. It's great to have you here. We have the whole crew. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful today, any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful today. Hero Fox, what's a board game, Redeem? Let's do it. Let's do it, Hero Fox. Thank you so much. Give me a moment here to get myself situated. Did you have a game in mind? I can pick some games. Thank you for the hat, Redeem Dragon Dust. We're going straight for the jugular today. Going straight for the hat jugular. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Oh, that eye came off. Did you have a... It's so wonderful to have all you beautiful people here. Mary Cat, thank you. Boostak, I'm glad you're here, my friend. Folks, did you guys know Boostak is a streamer? Working on, let's see if we get there. Working on a tabletop, what is it? A tabletop role-playing game character creation. I'm not sure if it's a programming creation simulator, a tabletop simulator, but it was so cool to check it out. Go check out Boostak, everybody. Pick one you want to show off, a favorite or an underrated game you enjoy. Let's see if we got an underrated one. We got Pagorley, thank you for being here. McNets, I want to say thank you again. Peace on Mars, Lance, Kavadratisk, Dragon Dust, you guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Captain Coder, appreciate you greatly. Mary Cat says, The shout out didn't show the little heart. I can click on. Oh, that probably means you're already following. If you're already following, I think you don't get it. I'm not sure. Dramokes, welcome back to the stream. Oh, I stack MJT. What do? Oh, I stack hats on the internet for people. It's true. It seems to be true. All right. Apparently my throat is a little bit funky. All right. Let's pick a few games here. We got a board game redeem. Before I get Hero Fox wants an underrated game or one that I don't get to play a lot. Let me give you some options. We have. All right, here are 3 different games. Hang on, I'm about to knock things off this shelf. There we go. All right, we got. You can choose your fates. We got Rune Age. We've got Cthulhu Tales, or we got Letter Jam. All 3 of these games I absolutely love, but don't get to play very often. They're fun, different games. So Letter Jam is a cooperative game for 2 to 7 players, I think. 2 to 6 players. I'm looking at the back. This is like a spelling game, a word game. Rune Age is. We'll go for Letter Jam. All right. We'll save these for another time. Hero Fox, let's do Letter Jam. Let me get these back on my shelf over here. All right. Let's take a look at Letter Jam. Thank you for the gamer game. Keep them secret. All right. Let's turn on our document cam here. Thank you for the redeem, by the way. I always love doing this. Here's my box. You guys can see my box of garbage here. Box of hats. We got a box of hats here. Got the ultimate Hulk Hogan there on the ground. Got a box of other stuff. My room is a mess. I need to clean up. I got my box. Hang on. That was, you saw my box of, hang on. All right, we're back. Letter Jam by Ondra Scoopy. This is a fantastic little cooperative game for up to 6 players. This is a word guessing game. So if you like making if you like the games where you have to figure out words via clues, this game might be good for you. So if you like Wordle, if you like Scrabble, I feel like it's more similar to Wordle. So each player. Marshall, welcome back to the stream, my friend. We are taking a look at the game Letter Jam. Oh, Spoof, I love this one. I wish I got to play it a little bit more. My girlfriend and I play this one a lot. It's not that it gets tiring for 2 people, it gets hard. So everyone has some number of letters that they get assigned. So you see these little QR codes on them? These QR codes are scanned. So at the beginning of the game, you use your phone to scan these cards without seeing them. Maybe I'll show that. Hang on. Maybe I'll show that real quick. So let me load up the app here. I'm going to show my phone here. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm going to load up this app here. Do I have it installed? I should. Letter Jam. Here it is. Okay, so the way Letter Jam works is you specify, so Letter Jam opens, click new game. We're going to say we're going to do a 2-player game. And then let's go for a 5-letter. That's a standard one. So we click continue. And the game, allow this time? Sure. Put your device on the table. Okay, so here's how it works. You shuffle the deck. And then you scan the cards on top. So the decks would be shuffled, and so then you scan the card, and it tells you which player it goes to. You can't see here, but it's saying this card goes to this player down here. I'll scan the next card, and it says this card goes to the player up here. So that's shuffled, and so I'll keep playing. I'll keep giving the players cards as it tells me what to do. I got to pay attention to what it's saying too. So each player is going to have random cards. Not random. They will have cards that they don't know what they are. They're not quite random. the cards will spell at least one word. It's guaranteed. That's the whole point here, where you have the computer do it. You get cards that you don't know, no one knows what they are, but you know that they spell a word. You know that your cards spell a word. Let me see if it. Come on, gimme. Hang on, this might take a minute to get here. It usually doesn't take this long. Is my finger blocking the cards? Is that what's happening? It seems to have chosen the word already. And so now we just got to get to the card. It's a little faster with 4 players, I think. Or it feels faster. All right, so get a card to this person. No card. Doesn't belong in either player's word. Not a word. Maybe it's because I didn't shuffle is another problem. They might be grouped weirdly. Oh, come on. There we go. Come on, quicker. And so this is sort of like the AI is selecting the words for people. For the people that are playing. There we go. That one has it. We're almost there. We need one more card. So there's some hard to spell word down here that you can't see. Oh, come on. We almost got it. We almost got it. Okay, there we go. So the game has, and of course I dropped all the cards here. The game now gets set up. Oh boy, oh. Each player has cards face down on their side, so you can't see your cards. So I might have this hand of cards. If I were to look at them, these cards will spell a word. So this I happened to get goose. Goose is the word. So it selects cards for you, but I don't know what those cards are ahead of time. So I have goose, and these cards are face down or not visible to me, and I use these little stands. So on what every player has a letter facing outward. So the letter I might have facing outward is O, and someone else might have another letter facing outward, and their letter is S. And you have to give each other clues. You have to give each other clues by spelling words. There'll be some other letters that are placed out there, and you have to spell words using those. So you can see all but one letter in the word that is being spelt, and you have to use that to figure out what word you have. It's a really cool game. At the end of the game, you reveal all of your cards, and you have to line them up to be able to do it. You can set each other for age or grade, so it'll be adjusted. Yes. So in the app, you can set a difficulty. It is all, I don't think there's any adult words, but you can set the difficulty so that a younger player might have fewer letters. So it's a little bit easier to guess at the level of the words. Let me see, do they have a picture on the back that shows sort of the example? So you have to be kind of careful with the words you spell, because you could give someone you might not be giving them a particularly good clue. You got to give pretty good clues in this game to actually be able to get through it. So for example, one player might see W-A-E-R and then their word here. It might be a little hard. Let me move my light a little bit, see if you can see it a little bit better. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is the word wafer? Is the word water? Is the word wager? This is not a great clue for a player who has this card facing away, but they take down a note. So you have a pad that you write down the notes on. You say, okay, if you know this letter, if you think you know the letter, you can put it down and you put up another letter. If you don't know that letter, you want to keep it there, but there's only a limited number of turns. This is a really cool game. Really cool collaborative card game. So there's no one that you're playing against in this game. You're playing as a team. You're trying to solve it together. So I really like that. Distron, welcome back. And Alka, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for the board game redeem. I hope you enjoyed that. I highly recommend this game. I highly recommend a lot of games, but this one I've played a lot. I haven't played in a while though. Absolutely cool game. This would be a fun... No, this one would be hard to get right online because there's just people would just cheat and type in the word that they see. Could you make this one? Yeah, you couldn't, because you could just tell the other person what letter to have. So this one would be too easy to... It'd be too hard, in my opinion, to make this where you can easily join. Can you play this online? That's what I was just thinking. I I think you might be able to play it online, Dust to Colds. I'm not sure. I feel like as an online game with strangers, someone in that group would ruin it just because, look, people like to be ruiners. People like to be ruiners. They got those trolls who are gonna just try and help you out. So there's some rules about what information you can share. There's rules about what information you can share on the table, which I think would make it hard to play online with strangers. Let's see if there is a version of it though. Letter Jam Online. Let's see if there's a Letter Jam. Okay, Letter Jam Online, a cooperative word game. You can play it online. You can play it online. There you go. Now we know. Smirkin' Squiggly, Captain Coda, Smirkin' Squiggly. Welcome back to the stream. Smirkin' Squiggly, it's great to see you on this beautiful day. Just let you know you missed my hat redeem. Marshall, thank you for letting me know. I did miss it. I was not paying attention. I need to add an audio cue. Maybe we'll add an audio cue. Thank you for the hat redeem. We're out of. We quickly ran out of regular hats today. Let's get another hat on the stack here. Thank you for the hat redeem. I appreciate it. We got to zoom the camera out a little bit more here. That was zoom in apparently. I got the corn hat. Corn hat's the best hat. I have a whole corn suit. to go with this hat. Maybe we need to add in a corn suit redeem. You're way ahead of me. It's true. It's true, Smirky and Squiggly. How much should we redeem the corn suit? I gotta find the corn suit. So there's a whole story there. I was invited to a thing called a corn party. A corn party. Just to Colds, I agree. Something I love is Tabletop Simulator and Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena. If you want to try out games before you buy them, Board Game Arena is a really good place to do it. Yeah, Captain knows. That's sort of what I said. I was like, what is a corn party? It was a party, a corn-themed party. So they like had corn tortillas, so tacos with corn tortillas and corn chips and corn pops and corn cereal. I don't know. It was a weird theme. Here's the worst part. You want to know the worst part? It's like, oh, corn-themed party. I'm gonna come dressed up as corn, and no one else dressed up. I was like the only person who was like, this party's so corny. I know I went overboard with the corn suit and the corn hat, but the fact that no one, and people looked at me like I was a crazy person. They're like, what is wrong with this guy? This guy dressed up as corn. What's going on? Why are you dressed up as corn? And I was like, it's a corn-themed party. And they said, oh, it is? No one knew except me. Why was it advertised as a corn party? But I was the only person to know. Apparently, I don't know. They boozled me. They set me up. Have you ever tried Emu VR? It's a super cool emulator environment. I have not, Distron. I have not. Not heard of that one either. Folks, what are we gonna do today? We have a fancy, I love this mug. I have two of these. This mug here is my long distance relationship mug. So this is my partner and I. We were long distance for a couple of years. And so this is our long distance. There's two of these. It's our long distance mug. Did you keep making corn puns to live up to the costume? I think I was just upset and I left. That's maybe not entirely. I was there for a while. I went with some people and I was like, I want to get out of here. Everyone here is being rude to me. Or I don't know if that's true. I just felt you know what it is? More than anything, I felt embarrassed. I'm gonna have to write that one down because I always forget. I do this thing with my students called AMAs, Ask Me Anything. So you guys probably know what the word AMA means. Ask Me Anything. With my students, and I often get the question, what's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you? And I always, in that moment, never know what to say. I'm gonna have to remember the corn story. There was another story I ended up telling one time. It's a real story, I just can never remember. Peace on Mars, it can be tough, absolutely. I like that mug, Marshall says. My wife and I were long distance for a good while. Where did you get that? Probably the internet. I'm not sure. It was so long ago now that I don't remember where I got it, but I love this mug. Give me a second, folks. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right, everybody. Have you ever done a grappling hook mechanic like in a platformer? I have not. Moonniz has. So we did a game together called Swingtopia, where Moonniz added in a grappling hook mechanic. I didn't do it, but Moonniz did. Moonniz implemented. We did something called Code It Forward, where there were 4 of us writing code and working on a game, but we didn't know what the other ones were doing. So you would get like 4 or 6 hours working, and then you had to hand it off to someone else, and then they had 4 or 6 hours, and they had to hand it off, and we made Swingtopia. I wonder if I have a link to that. I should. The answer is no, but. All right, what are we working on today? Today we are continuing to work on our Pac-Man inspired game. Here's where we left off. I did a little bit of work offline. We made our man cap. That's what we should have done. I made it a man pack. So we have a Pac-Man game here. We're working on a Pac-Man game. Pac-Man moves around in here pretty well. So there are a few things about this though, is moving around the edges. So watch this. If I tell him I'm going to go up, come on, now it's not going to do it. Okay, there you go. See how I get stuck in the wall there? Can I zoom in and play? It looks pretty good. It turns out handling the edge cases where going around walls is kind of weird. So in Pac-Man, you have the direction you're going, and then you have the direction that you last press. So I have current direction here. So I have current direction, and then the next direction says, the next opportunity I have to go this direction, try going that direction. And there's a calculation I need to do to make that work. So you'll notice here, maybe I'll slow it down. When I'm coming here, if you watch closely, I'm gonna press left and then I'm gonna press up. So I'll be moving left, and then it'll say the next opportunity to go up, try and go up. And when I try to go up, it's going to round my position down, and I'm gonna snap into this corner. Like that. So I get caught there. You'll watch my column change here. Me too. Give me a second here. I'll give you permission to post a link. Thank you for finding it. Permit me too. Sorry for getting caught up by my 500 bonus points to you, my friend. 3 Key Girl, welcome back to the stream. My heart is for you. 3 Key Girl, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for finding that, me too. Happy to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome aboard. Here we go. Yeah, it comes with 2. That's the other thing, is it's 2 mugs, 1 for each person. Really cute set. I think I got it for Valentine's Day if I remember. And it was a big hit. We both really like them. How can you have like 30 hats after half an hour? Look, Rain, they went for the hat overflow attack. The hat overflow attack. People, some days it's wild, some days it's not so wild. I've been thinking we need to come up with something a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have reduced the cost. I might have to increase the cost. Rain, how have you been? How's your stream been? What have you been working on, folks? If you guys don't know, Noyane Rain, incredible developer, incredible programmer, working on some good stuff. Rex, there is a cooldown. Individual, it's a 3-hour cooldown per person. 3 Key says, I can't wait for Valentine's Day this year. My husband got me an anchor necklace with Blue Jim. He showed me, so I know because he's not going to be home. Gotcha. I was going to say, it defeats the purpose to show you what you're going to get. Yeah, Rex, there is a 3-hour cooldown on the hat redeem. So, it per person. So, as individuals, that's very sweet, 3 Key Girl. Classic H. Dozacat, hat denial of service. It's true. It's that hat overflow attack that they're going for. Really cool. Okay, so someone help me with this. Here's my plan. Here's what I'm planning to do for this. It seems the way that I need to calculate this, and maybe I could look it up, is as I'm moving, I need to detect, why did I zoom in so much there? I need to detect if I'm going up, I need to detect if so say I have said I want to go up here. I'm moving to the right. I need to detect, have I passed the center point in that frame? And if so, then I need to switch directions at the end of that frame, and by how much? And by how much? It's a little bit weird. I'm not sure the easiest way to write this code. I'm surprised it's so difficult. And maybe I got something wrong. But that seems to be what I'm doing. The collision detection is also pretty weird for colliding left and right. It was harder than I thought, too, because the collision detection is slightly different when going to the right and going to the left. So when I'm going to the left, I'm checking if there's something in front of me, because I need to make sure I line up. Notice my X position here. My X position, not X position, my X position is exactly 6, but as I'm moving, it's a double value. When I hit that wall, it gets set back to the most recent column I was in. I'm not going to go into too many details, but it turns out this is a little bit tricky to write. Here, you can't just check if there's a wall or not. So Hero Fox, here's what happens if I check if there's the problem is I need to snap to a specific position, and calculating that specific position is tricky. So this is what happens when I do that. Watch here. I'm gonna press up, and I'm gonna then press right. And in Pac-Man, the next position, you'll notice I'll press right. I'll slow it. Maybe I need to slow it down so you can see. Notice the Pac-Man snaps past that position and is stuck on this wall corner here. So there's a little bit of clunkiness in it. Kuwani, welcome back. Congratulations on number 12. Captain O said, I'd have a collection of intersection points. When one hits an intersection point, check the current position. That's exactly what I was going to do, Captain Nanosa. I need to... That's exactly right. As I am passing a space that doesn't have just a left or right or an up or down, I need to detect... There's a moment here where I need to detect. It says, if next dir is up, okay, and we just passed this point, current dir is now next dir. Something like this. And so detecting those points is what we have to do. We can either hard code them, or we can write something that says, find all of our intersection points and the different direction we can go in. So that's sort of what I had in mind. It's way trickier than I feel like it should be. Yeah, I cannot just check if there's a wall there. I can kind of, if I time my key presses perfectly, it works out just fine. Right? It works out fine if my key presses, so I can get in there. It's just kind of chunky because I want it to sort of predict, and that doesn't work yet either. I want it to predict, not predict. What in the world is that hat? This one? This is my coding hat. Yeah, so it's this is why my whole thing here is like, this is surprisingly tricky. Raptime, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And yeah, so it's a little bit tricky. Congratulations on number 13, Raptime. Congratulations. Goob. Congratulations on number 14 then. Congratulations, Goob Goob. So, yeah. I am trying to decide the intersection points here. What directions can we move? We still need to detect, have we crossed that intersection point? We still need to detect, are we crossing that intersection point? Let's look at my movement code real quick so you can get an idea of how it works, which also feels really crunchy. The movement code feels really, really crunchy to me. So the next here, given that there's 4 methods that I've written. There are 4 methods that I've written to simplify my life slightly. There's some overlap to them, but I think that it reads a little bit better this way. Moving up, and I wrote this to be testable. I wrote this code to be testable, is why it's written this way. Oops, wrong button. Let's look at move up real quick. Move up takes in a Pac-Man and the distance that we're going to attempt to move in a direction. All right, and I called it actor because I'm planning. It feel like the ghost is going to need to be swapped in here at some point. Maybe not. Maybe not. So this is how far we want to move. I'm imagining everything is a 1x1 square because we're living on a 1x1 grid where walls take up 1 space. We say if we're moving up, that means our row is decreasing by 1. And we say, is there a wall above us? If there is a wall above us, and hang on. And the distance that we're moving. So hang on. Why do I keep doing that? All right. So if there is a wall in the space above us and we would move into that wall. Oh, I might not actually need this, both of these checks. I might be able to do this one only. Say if I'm moving up, might be able to do just this one. There's probably a reason I added this thing here. Let's try this real quick. Can I get rid of those? Oh, this might work. This might work. This might, it doesn't really simplify, but, all right. I want to try something real quick. It's a lot of points, 3 key girl. It's not as much as Moon is, but no one has as much as Moon is. All right. So this still works. Okay. It was just a logical thing I was going through in my head to solve it. Okay, so this one's a little tricky for the following reason. So let's look at move up. And we could swap these things out. The reason this is tricky is the following. Move up, let's look at move up versus move down. We need to check when we're moving up, we are going in a negative direction. That's what this negative is. And we're going down, we're moving in a positive direction. And this method returns where we should end up. It returns the position where we should end up. Disco. Welcome back, my friend. We got the disco here today. Disco. So this method, these 2 methods, return the position that Pac-Man will be in if this move is performed. So it doesn't actually move Pac-Man, it returns the position Pac-Man will be in if this move is performed, given this distance. So in the basic case, we end up moving that distance, but we do a check here that says if we would hit a wall, instead we want to be at the position right before that wall. Right before that wall. So the difference here is essentially this minus and this plus. And this plus and this minus. So we sort of inverse it here. It's a little tricky. Toilet witch. Toilet witch. Thank you for following me today. We got a toilet witch, I hope you're the good kind. Toilet witch, I hope you're the good kind of witch and you're not cursing my toilet. Happy Tuesday. What happens if I press down and up? You end up with only one direction. Let's look what the code says. If you press down and up at the same time, technically down wins. So down here, down wins. down wins. So if you press up and down at the same time, it's tap though. So I don't know that you can actually press them at the same time. Down happens to win. But I can show you if you're, let's see, Daddy Biffles, if you are moving up and the distance is less than 1, but there's a wall, would you move down? No, you would stop against the wall. You stop against the wall. So right here, let's look here. I'm going to move down here. So if I'm moving up, I end up stopping against the wall because there's a wall there. Technically, I'm still trying, every frame, I'm still trying to go up, but it's saying, hey, I'm so close to a wall that I can't move anymore. I hope that answered your question. Is that why Pac-Man getting stuck? Because it jumps to the next close. That's exactly right, Hero Fox. So when I'm moving around the corner, it's rounding incorrectly. You'll notice here, Pac-Man exists on the grid. When I switch to a direction, here, you'll notice I'm getting caught on this position. Let me see if I can, this dot here. You'll notice I'm snapping to the wrong dot. When I'm moving up, I need to actually round down, and it's rounding up or something. No, when I'm moving up, I need to, up means down. So in this case, if I'm going this direction, why can't I draw an arrow? If I'm going this direction, we have Y decreasing. Y is decreasing. And so what's happening is we end up flooring out. So I might be at position something like here. I might be, if Pac-Man is halfway between these two positions, Pac-Man might be at position 6.5. And then when I go to turn, it rounds down. And then I get caught on that wall. If I happen to be at position 5.9, oh no, sorry, 6. Yeah, if I'm halfway between it here, 6.2, I appear like I'm on the bottom half. So there's a little bit of trickiness there. Nikki B. Hobbying, thank you for your raid today. We got Nikki B. Hobbying. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for the raid, Nikki B. Nikki B, I gotta get you on the February showcase, folks. Sorry for the distraction, but I got a shout out, not a distraction. I want to, sorry for the side, Nikki B. Hobbying. Be sure to check out Nikki B. Hobbying, folks. Incredible developer, making an awesome looking game. Pixel art, beautiful, indie developer. Click that heart, folks. And Nikki B, I know you got to run, but February 17th, Captain Coders Community Showcase. I want you to come by if you have the time. Share your project with us. Send me a message. I'll try and send you a message too. I have it written down over here. Go check out Nikki B. And then, folks, if you want to share your work in the February showcase, be sure to submit it on the Discord. Works in progress are welcome. Art, music, games, websites, whatever you're doing, be sure to get there. Maybe you should, Moonness. Maybe you should. Also, I want to say, Daddy Biffles, thank you so much for being here. Glad you're with us on this beautiful day. Moonness, welcome aboard, my friend. Welcome. 100 points to Moonness. Yeah, because Moonness needs all the points. Captain Enosa, Moonness, everything. MJT, I wonder what the actual original code for Pac-Man looked like. They probably had some hard-coded 3 frames. Exactly, MJT. That's sort of what I'm thinking about doing. In the original game, I bet they had some hard-coded 3K. And this is sort of what Captain Enosa was saying. Go in. What we can do is we can say, okay, well, where are all of our intersections? As we're passing over that intersection, we know which direction we can do. So I'm going to put one option. One option here is going to be to put these small collision boxes on each one of these intersections. And these collision boxes say when someone's colliding with me, if my movement is left or right, I'm going to go ahead and turn that corner. That's one way I could do it. So I'm thinking that might be, it feels slightly convoluted, but it feels easier than trying to calculate some stuff in there. I'm not 100% sure. It makes sense that this is happening, but I can't help fix it. Hero Fox, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get this working. It's a little bit tricky. I was just surprised. This is why implementing these things is super fun. I was surprised by how tricky this was when I was looking at the collision detection. I was like, oh wow, this is kind of tricky. I actually am curious about if I wanted to implement this using Unity or Godot, their built-in systems, how difficult it would be to implement this type of thing around the corner. Mooniz, this might be a good challenge for mechanically challenged. Mooniz and I have been talking about doing something called mechanically challenged for a while. We're still trying to figure out exactly what it is, but I think we're gonna do. I think Mooniz and I think this would be a really good one for mechanically challenged, implementing a pack game. So mechanically challenged is going to be a webcast that Mooniz and I do, and we talk about implementing game mechanics or implementing small games like this one. But the month before, we have a small, tiny game jam where we ask you guys to implement them, and we look at your code and we look at how you did it and we talk about it. We've been talking about it for like 8 months. I know. I don't know. Is it ever going to happen? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Well, look, we even made. Let me look here. Time is against us. Time is not our friend. You host Game Jam, sign me up. Yeah, Captain Enosa, I'm going to be doing Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam in June. I just haven't figured out the dates yet. Hang on, where is, in the supporter lounge, look. This is, you guys are about to see the super secret supporter lounge. Super secret supporter lounge. You're not allowed in here. Only super secret people are allowed in here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where's the mechanically challenged? Didn't we make a mechanic? There it is. Mechanically challenged, folks. This is the concept art. It's a concept art. Who wants this? This would be the mechanically challenged logo, or potentially the mechanically challenged logo. Guess if you scaled this up and the corridors were wider than a player, you wouldn't even think of it this way of doing it, like with a 2D physics game, because in the timing, but also a linear pathway around the board. Yeah, MJT, what I could do, so in Unity, it would be interesting. I'm thinking about the way I might do it in Unity. It might be interesting using their collision, right? Using their collision detection. I might just make my Pac-Man like frictionless, and then have the Pac-Man sliding, and as you come around the corner, you press down and it keeps trying to push down and it won't let it. It's like checking to see if it does like a ray cast. Essentially, so just so you know, I'm essentially doing a ray cast when I'm moving to the left and right and up and down on whether or not I should stop. So I'm doing a ray cast in the direction I'm moving. And what I need to do, and how I do the turn, I'm also doing a ray cast to know whether or not I can turn. It's just the moment in which I do that ray cast is incorrect. It like doesn't always wrap around properly. You'll see there's like some minor glitchiness to it. And so what it needs to do is I need to say, as long as the corridor is slightly wider than the player corridor, you could do it a little bit that way, but then your Pac-Man might not align to your grid. Here, Fox, that's right. We have a logo, so we're 90% of the way there. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're 90% of the way there. Anyway, I want to see if we can implement this. So the next direction, just so you know, this is how the next direction code works. You can sponsor on that's right, Mooniz. That's right. If you want to get on that, I don't have a sponsor. No, you could sponsor me. You can sponsor me. I wish I had a sponsor. I don't know if that's true, actually. I don't know if that's true. But we got Captain Coder Academy got approved on the GitHub as a sponsorable organization. So one of the cool things about this is that GitHub takes nothing. They take 0% and they charge me nothing to be a sponsorable organization on GitHub. So that's one of the big benefits of that there. I feel like I need to get, I don't know. Okay. So check it out. Here is the issue. Next direction here. When we switch directions, we need to set the players' positions. GitHub doesn't take a cut. They take, I qualified. I think they take a 6% cut for like corporate organizations. I qualified as an organization doing open source, so they take 0%. Okay. Right here, notice this is essentially where I'm doing the raycast. I'm saying, hey, can I go up here? Is there anything up here? I want to check if I'm going over a position that has a hole above me, which is what this is doing. And if there is a wall, just ignore it. If there's not a wall, I want to actually check. Did the player cross a boundary for which they should change directions? If so, by how much? So if we're going over, so I kind of want my previous position and my current position here. So if I'm going to take in my start X and my start Y, this actually might be a way to do this. Double start X, double start Y. If I want to go up, let's write a series of if statements to see if we can get this working. If actor.next direction is up. Okay. So this means that if I've made it here, that means that the position directly above me is not a wall. Rapnet says, why is my code such a mess? Are you referring to my code or are you referring to your code? Sometimes I feel that way. I believe there's a rounding issue here, actually. Hang on, I think there's a rounding issue here that I could solve. I want to save this. There still is this sort of thing, the Pac-Man movement. Oh, this will be interesting. The Pac-Man movement needs to, if we look at Pac-Man as he's coming around, he still hits the center and then starts going. So sorry, I'm letting myself get distracted. Not necessarily distracted, but interested in. Let's see if we can just get up and down. So my brain is struggling here. There is a rounding issue with this because I'm checking my walls against these integer values. If I'm moving up, is it waka waka walking, Javasaurus X? We do have some movement. Let's start the brain struggle club. Javasaurus X, we do have movement. We're waka waka walking. The turns I'm having some issues with. Specifically, there's a rounding issue. Here that I need to resolve. And it's also doing a snapping thing. We need to, if we want it to be the way that it works in Tetris, sorry, not in Pac-Man, not Tetris, we need to do this thing. Left. So we want to check, did the player cross a boundary for which they should change directions? If so, by how much? I need to put in, Or are they going to is a better question. We have basic movement working here. If Tetris block, go down. That's right. Raptor says, your code reveal. Yesterday I was browsing through your chess programs. I'm preparing something for 17. If I make it in time, which I probably won't. I hope you do, Rap Time. Rap Time, I'd love to see what you're working on. It doesn't have to be finished. Works in progress. Totally, totally welcome. I'm trying to think through the best way to do this, even with the intersection points all predefined. I still need to say, did I pass over at this frame? So we have pretty smooth movement, but exactly, Javasaurus X. I'm trying to come up with a way. I wrote the crazy hacky solution last night, and I was not satisfied with that solution. And so so I've broken it down a bit more here to make it easier. Essentially, exactly, as a waka wacky solution. It was too much. And what I want to do, I want to have better code. That's what I want it to be understandable. Yeah, welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 16. Nice work, my friend. Nice work. And I've said this multiple times in my brain is, maybe I'm too tired to do it. I just read a thing that said they have a technique called cornering where player turn early to gain an advantage in the game affords. It does jump them. Okay, it does jump them a couple pixels. See, I was going to make it so it didn't jump them. I wanted to write the code so that the velocity as I'm coming around a corner, it knows the speed and says, okay, well, when I come around that corner, only move me the amount of distance I'm supposed to move based on my velocity. So maybe we don't have to do that. You'll see that I do jump when I get to the corners. Okay, so that if I do that, MJT, let's do it in a way where I do the jump first. I do a jump first. Hyper, welcome back to the stream. Hyper, congratulations on number 17. Congratulations. We got Cohen Wex. Cohen Wex just followed me on this beautiful Tuesday. Cohen Wex. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Cohen Wex, welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We are working on the pack, the wacky pack. The rounding is the issue here. The rounding is the issue. Let me try something. If I'm moving up, I want to do a ceiling here. I believe. If I'm moving down, I want to do a cast. I think this might solve my problem. Me either, MJT. I've never thought about a serious Pac-Man attempt. I'm surprised at how much geometry there is involved in this. Also read that pros want a 4-way joystick, not an 8-way, but you can buy these grid things that you stick over to force it. I have seen those. I have the pros, those professional, and I might have these backwards here. But let's go with X here. This should be Y. Cast this to an int. Cast this to an int. And then this one, we're going to cast this to an int. Let's see if this... No. Do I have my left and right working? Looks like my left and right might be working. Okay, I might have it reversed. No, my left and right are wrong. Because it's related to... Let's just try randomly changing things until it works. That's the best coding strategy, folks. Check out my coding strategy here. Let's just keep swapping things around and see if it works. Did you cut your hair, Alchemy? It's true, I did get a haircut. That's how I code. Yeah. Siler Atomic, welcome back to the stream. You're always welcome. Anytime. Beliar, it's glad to see you as well. I'm glad to see you. Alchemy, welcome back. Welcome back. I did not get a haircut, but I am having that hat. People are going with the hat stack attack. People doing the hat stack attack today. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. I just realized I'm drinking a cup of, oh no, I might die. I might die. There's a cup of, well, that's okay. That's okay. Gryffindor. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, I think it's actually, I need to do a switch here. It should be rounded based on my current direction. The way I round needs to be done with my current direction, I believe. No, Rain, I don't think you even want to know. Thank you for the hat, Redeem Hyper. Proton, welcome back to the stream. Let's get another hat on this stack, folks. Let's get another hat on this stack. Thank you for the hat, Redeem Hyper. There we go. There we go. We're gonna have to zoom out a little bit. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So here's what's happening. The direction that I'm moving, I have a position for the Pac-Man, yeah. The position that I'm rounding it for the direction I want to change to, not for the direction that I'm actually moving. So the rounding needs to be based off the direction I'm moving, not the direction I want to be moving. So that is where the bug is happening. How is Hatman developing? We're developing well. Hatman's growing hyper. Thank you for the hat, Redeem, by the way. I'm not sure if I said thank you, but we did get another hat on the stack here. So this needs to be, I need to round. Show the animation. You want to see the pack animation? This one? It's a good animation. That's a good cap, man. It's a good cap, man. It came out. I can't believe how good it came out. Can't believe how good it came out. We need to first, that's why I thought my player row and player column would work correctly here on this one. I could just start writing hacks. So really, I think let's try something here. Yeah, we'll show it here. There you go. There you go. So you have the position, you have the direction, you have the cell. I'm not so Javasaurus X. Let me show you what I have here. Let me show you what I have. The issue I'm having, this is the next direction. I'm not rounding properly based off my current direction, the direction I am moving. And I think I'm calculating it incorrectly. I thought I could get away with it by moving the player and then doing it, saying, okay, well, I've moved the player, now calculate the position you're in and where you want to go. But I think I need to do a double xdist double. Really, this should just be distance. Okay. Let's try this. So I know how far I'm going to move. This is how far I'm going to move. And I can use that to say the right side here. Oh, there's just so many combinations. There's too many combinations to do it all together. But, hang on. If I'm doing actor.current direction, I'm going to do a pattern match here. Where we say, if my direction, I know that they're not the same direction. If I'm going down and direction dot up, it would fill, one way would be to catch the input and only move one cell at a time. It would feel the same as turning while moving. I think my old school arcade did that. I don't understand what you're suggesting. One way would be to cache the input and only move one cell at a time. I'm not quite sure what you mean by one cell. You mean one Pac-Man cell or one like pixel? One pixel. Because we are moving more than one pixel at a time, one Pac-Man cell. And then you just draw in between. We kind of are, I guess we're not doing that completely. A bit like how Pokemon characters move. Gotcha. We could do it that way. I want to make sure we got this. So if I'm going, I know they have to be different. If I'm switching to going down, I know that if I'm going up or down, I can only switch going left or right. So let's say this is current. The left side is current. The right side is next. I hope that makes sense. Title of my autobiography. That's a good title. It's a good title. Down and up. I can't really understand the original assembly, but I'm assuming that they have some fixed pixel int movement rather than floats or doubles. Yeah, as long as you hit the direction in time or 5 pixel clone, then you play out the next 5 pixel step as if they had hit it exactly. So that was sort of, yeah, we might do that. That might be the simpler thing to do, is calculate all of the positions where we could do it. The problem is I'm not guaranteed a consistent frame rate on PC. I am not guaranteed a consistent frame rate. And especially when I want to switch my plan, Javasaurus X, I want to write code that is agnostic to the display. I want to write code that is agnostic to the display. And that's why I'm using distance here to say, well, this is going to be based off of our frame rate, you know, how far away it's supposed to move. So if I'm coming around a corner, I have some, so if I would have passed this spot, how much would I come around the corner for here? Orlin the Mage, Orlin the Mage, welcome to the stream, my friend. We got Orlin the Mage, thank you for following me. Orlin, thank you for the follow. BK says, this reminds me of when I tried to implement the time with frame rate on Unity, didn't know what delta time was, and when I tried on my laptop, it was in slow motion, yeah. But doing that, you learned exactly what delta time is, so no effort wasted, yeah. No effort wasted. Beautiful. My students, delta time is a really confusing thing until it's not. Proton, clicked unfollow and then refollowed. We got Proton, getting me to sing a song. Proton, you unfollowed and then you followed again. Today we got Proton singing a song. I sing a song for you. Thank you for the follow, Proton. I don't think you guys realize how hard it is to drink water with this many hats. My whole everything's falling apart when I try and drink some water. Okay. I need to. Does your neck hurt? No, it feels great. Oh, it's good. Good neck workout. Orlin, I'm trying to get that neck nice and thick so I can pull tractors with it. Do the tractor pull right from the neck. This is my training. You did a new tune. Send it on the Discord. We'll check it out. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. All right, let's get another hat. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. We'll get another hat in here. All right, Lance. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Thank you for the hat. We got to do a reallocation here. Get a hat on. Thank you for the hats. Oh. Boom. Am I beautiful? Thank you, Lance. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. All right, let's hop back in here. All right, I can't see the chat anymore, but that's okay. It's almost smirky and squirrely. It's almost classy. When I used to teach music. I used to be a music teacher, and the students, one of the things that, to make sure that they're always wanting to improve, is you would tell them, that was almost nice. You're so close to being nice. It makes them want to get there, so that I'll say, oh, that was nice. It makes it that much nicer. Gonzo, welcome to the stream, my friend. Appreciate the effort. Yeah. Proton, let's take a look here. Thank you for sending the link. Boom. Let's listen.
You've always got your mind on the green. Not
This
you.
is an ad. Hang on, folks. Playing an ad.
Your business bank account with QuickBooks
How do I
Live
skip
now
the
earns
ad?
5% APY.
This is ridiculous. Hang on. Not you. You're not ridiculous. This situation's ridiculous. Here, let's load it up here. You are all just slightly out of tune. Here we go. My hats, they won't stay on. It sounds deep. It sounds dark, Proton. Is this one you're working on, or have you finished it? Nice work. Shy Guy Kai, welcome back to the stream. If you have a version that's just the music, I'd love to listen to that. I might have to do a hat reallocation here. This bottom hat does not want to stay on. If you have a version with just the audio, we might listen to it a little bit more. All right, I gotta, Kwani, thank you for the hat, Redeem. We're gonna reallocate some hats here. I think we have to do this here. This one doesn't want to stay as the bottom hat. We're gonna do this one. All right, there we go. Oh, that's a little bit better. Maybe this will work now. We're gonna put this right there. Hopefully that'll stay. Oh, that feels okay. All right, then we got another hat to add to the stack here. See if we can get this hat in. We can do it. Too many hats, Shy Guy Kai. Look, clearly people want more hats, and who am I to not allow them the hats that they so desire? There we go. Thank you for the hat, Kuwani. Thank you for the cat. All right. I need a hat assistant, Marshall. I think I might need a hat assistant. I might need a hat assistant. Okay. Let's build up. Hang on. Here's what we're going to do. Nope. Not that. Here's what we're going to do. This is just going to crash or something here. I want to... my current row and column. I don't know what I'm doing. The strategies I have. So keep in mind, one of the things I want to try and do is make sure my code is testable. Eventually, I want to turn this into a programming project for my student that has unit tests. C# cannot comprehend my genius. I'm trying to write code that doesn't care about the frame rate. So one of the things, I want the code to be agnostic of the frame rate and agnostic of being rendering. Copilot for your hats. Red, I need a copilot for my hat indeed. Captain Coder, are you a white, gray, or black hat hacker? Yes. The answer is yes. Also pink and yellow. Also pink and yellow. There needs to be additional information here. I'm going in a direction. Am I going to pass a threshold? Am I going, okay, so here's something that is I can use here. If we're the same direction, hang on, let's do some never nesting. If they're the same, we don't care. Okay, if they're the same, we already know which direction we're gonna go. Are we about to pass a threshold? Are we about to go over a point at which we should turn? Okay, so I can do this code. My next X and next Y. Double distance. I can kind of do this. Is open source competitor is direction the open source competitor to directing? No, sorry, I can't run, David. I don't know. I'm so confused. Red, I have no idea what you're saying. My brain, I have no idea. I'm so confused. If you're trying to boozle me, you've successfully succeeded. You're not boozling me. Spanish direction. Your log typo. Oh, I have a typo in my log. Or I don't know. I'm so confused. I am so confused. Oh my! I have an exception message. Ah, direct to no. There we go. Now everyone will know. Now everyone will know it's Spanish for direction, apparently. Okay. Thank you for the points. Daddy, thank you for helping me out there. 50 points to you, Daddy. Okay. It's a direction, but it has a mustache. Let us continue here. I only care if I'm about to cross a threshold. And so I'm going to write a hack here. And I'm going to say if our current direction is up or down, I'm going to return next direction up, down. let's do it for just up here. Next direction up. Let's write this for each individual case, and then we'll see if we can generalize it, because in each direction it's a little bit different. Okay. Public direction, next direction up. Catman actor, double distance. Let's see if I can get this working in the up direction here. Hacks are fine if you wash them, it's true. Okay, so some things that, and let's make this private. Some things that I know for sure right here. Mocaine at 97. I need Mocaine. I don't have enough Mo. I need Mocaine. Welcome to the crew. Mocaine followed me, and I'd like to say thank you. Mocaine 97, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome aboard. I infected you with the bean water itis. I feel bad about that a little bit, Javasaurus X, because I only drink coffee on Saturday now. That's not true. I only drink caffeinated coffee on Saturday now. Red says Mocaine sounds like the Spokane branch of Motown. I have so much decaf caramel. So Javasaurus X, I don't know if I told you, I spent a month where I thought I was drinking decaf coffee, but it turns out that coffee that I thought was decaf was not decaf, and so I was just drinking like a crazy amount of caffeinated coffee, and I couldn't figure out. My sleep was all messed up, and I couldn't figure it out. It was crazy. This was in December. What? No. Why can't I sleep? Not why am I so productive? Why do I feel like I'm dying? And then I couldn't figure it out. And then I had a bag of coffee that looked like decaf coffee. And then when that one ran out, I went to go get more decaf. And that's when I realized, oh no, this is not the decaf. Why is my heart rate? Yeah, exactly. Shy programmer, welcome back. Can't stay long. Sadly, I have a sort of meeting with people help me find work specific for people like me. Good luck. Thank you for popping him. Shy programmer, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for popping in. It's great to see it this morning. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Daddy says, gotta go give a training session for a DLL and an API. Hopefully, if we make it to viewing code, I can explain most of it away as I was making it testable with criminally few unit tests. Daddy, I don't know if you're making fun of me. But it sounds like the way I write code. Daddy, if you're heading out, remember to keep coding, keep growing, be amazing. You're welcome back anytime. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, making fun of me. That's like, I want to make this testable, but I'm not writing test because I don't know how to test it just yet. Welcome to lurk mode. The solution is to drink way more coffee so your tolerance goes way up. That, and then if you don't have coffee, you just feel even worse. I don't know anyone here. I don't know if you guys have suffered from a coffee addiction, but the coffee addiction's rough. Daddy. Thank you for the follow, Daddy Biffles. Thank you today. Daddy Biffles, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so if we are moving up, I only care. All right, so we're going to take our actor. So we have our start position. And so I only care. So if actor dot for moving up Y, this is our Y position, is we're moving over a threshold. So hang on. End position is actor dot Y. Up is subtraction minus distance. Okay. Am I crossing the threshold? Am I crossing a threshold here? Hello, my name is Captain Anosa and I'm addicted to coffee. I feel like that's many people. Another captain, it's true. Not only another captain, another streamer, folks. Captain Enosa, how close are we to affiliate over there? How close are you getting? Captain Enosa's working on getting affiliate, folks. Click that heart. Go check him out. Give him a shot. Give him some love. Because I know we're getting there. 38 of 50. We're almost there. We're almost there. We only need 12 more. 12 more follows. And Captain Enosa's dreams will come true. And all of Captain Enosa's dreams will come true. I mean, you got to dream big. You got to dream big. All right, so here's our end position. Really, I want to say, are we crossing a threshold? Are we crossing this threshold here from... All right, let's think about this. If I'm at 0, if I'm moving 0.9 forward 1.1. If I'm going up, in this case, that should be 1.1. Going down to 0.9. I want to detect, am I passing this 1? So I want to round this down here. All right. I want to say if actor.y, hang on, if the end position dot rounded up. No, it's not quite that. It's if I am crossing this center, if I am moving over the center of that tile, that is when it could happen. So it's not 0.5. It's not if I'm halfway in the tile. It's if I'm actually moving over the center of the tile. Because I only want to turn if I am crossing the center of the tile, which would be exactly... So my tiles are aligned. My tiles are aligned specifically so that they're all at integer positions. So if I'm going up, if I'm moving up, I might be at 1.1. Let's go at 10. I'm at tile 10.1 and I'm crossing that tile. I want to check, did my position cross at exactly the center 10? Eileen Rudes, so something like tile coordinate distance 2, Pac-Man coordinates less than Pac-Man.size. Maybe. I don't actually care about the Pac-Man size. I care about the Pac-Man. The Pac-Man in my model is just a single dot. A single dot does have a size of 1, though. YT9, welcome to the stream, YT. YT9, have you met YT? YT9 has followed me. Thank you, YT9. If the next delta amount puts you over the center of the tile, turn the next move into 2 small sub-movements. One of them... Exactly. MJT, that's exactly right. If it moves over the center, it needs to be 2 small movements. One to the center of the tile, and then one with the remaining amount of movement in the other direction. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to do it in a way that's not ridiculous. Quick question, why are you wearing so many hats? Haka, welcome aboard. How many hats? I think it's more than 7. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no hat there. 7, 8, 9. There's 2 here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're wearing 14 hats right now. It's a great question. Have a beautiful daddy. Quick, someone type exclamation point hats. We have 14 hats. That's right. It's exciting stuff. Is that the universal emote for excitement? There's a hat redeem. That's why there's a hat redeem for 500 channel points. 500 Captain Coder channel points. These aren't Twitch channel points. You can add a hat to the stack, and people want to get that hat overflow. Are you trying to simulate how many hats indie game devs need to wear to make this game? Exactly. JD, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat in here. We're gonna have to do a little bit of a reallocation, I believe. Let's do some pops here. Pop, pippity, poppity. Gonna add a hat to the stack. All right, 15. Have a beautiful day, Shy Programmer. Thanks for hanging out. Keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. We'll see you again. We'll see you again soon. I'll be back tomorrow. If you want to come back, I'll be back tomorrow. Now I'm wondering how many spare hats you have. They're not spare hats. Look, I used to think I had spare hats, but clearly I need all of them at this point. Now this is not good C code. Allocation is evil. What am I allocating here? Red, what am I allocating? Oh, you're talking about my hat stack? Yeah, the pop pushing and popping is the hat space. It's true. Sure, is it on the stack or is it on the hat? Is it on the stack or is it on the hat? They're actually taken from the hat buffer pool and reallocated back to the pool. That's a true story. Folks, you guys know JD? JD does dev. JD plays sax. JD
like you're talking with Captain.
does it all.
Let me see if I could do my Captain.
We need a Halleck. We need the Halleck method. It's true. You guys are killing me. You slay me.
Also move in a way like the Captain.
I'm struggling, folks. JD, thank you for being here to make it so I don't have to actually solve any code on my stream. Instead, I can just... The rest of this stream is just going to be me drawing these arrows. It's just going to be me drawing arrows here saying, click it. Click it. Thank you for being here to distract from this monstrosity that I'm calling Capman. Click that the bug. It has not arrived. I did get a message saying it's coming. It's slow. I think it's supposed to come on the 9th, so 3 more days. We got some big arrows. It's true. The bigger the arrow, you know what they say. The bigger the arrow, the better the code. Is that what they say? I've heard. Look, it's clearly. Someone else got theirs here. I can look up the shipping real quick. I have not received it. I think it said it's supposed to get here on the 9th. Give me a second. I'm looking. I'm distracted. That's okay, cause I don't feel like bending my brain too much today. Hang on. Gonna do a little search. Hang on, why is it not showing up here? Can't find it now. Clearly true that the bigger the arrow, the bigger the arrow. That's a true statement. True statement. JD, I can't find it in my email now. There it is. There it is. It's because I was looking in red emails and it's not red. Hang on, let's look this up. We're looking. Okay, it says it's getting delivered at 4:00. Oh, JD, you know what? I'm wrong. It says it's delivered today at, it delivered yesterday at 4 p.m. So I just got to go check my mailbox. Apparently they didn't deliver it to my house. They must have put it in my mailbox. It must have been small enough to fit. I have to go to a place to get it. That's not that far, but I'll go get that today. I think, maybe. If I decide to leave the house, I can, in the mail room. No, we don't have a mail room. We have one of those, like, neighborhood boxes. One of those neighborhood boxes where they put things in them. It must have been small enough to fit into the box. I should have ordered more stuff. That's the real answer. Ridge Raider, welcome back to the stream. We don't have enough hats. We haven't gotten a hat overflow yet. We're gonna check it out. There's a very cunning hat over there, so definitely not. Yeah, we haven't got them all. My neighbor my neighbor took it. That's exactly, Ridge Raider. My neighbor took it. So what is the code that tells me? So this would be end distance. What code do I write? Start. All right, so our start position and our end position. If I do Does it look like this? Does it look like this? Math.ceiling and position integer equal to the actor.y. So this will round it down. Is this what tells me this code here? Is this the Boolean expression that tells me that I've gone too far, or that I've passed the point that I need to? JD, it's true. It's so unstable. It's so unstable. We're getting close to a break. We have, it might be break time. It might be our break time. We're pretty close. I kind of want to see if I can finish this. Red, not gonna lie, odd to think about C# game dev outside of Unity. I have actually found that C# code outside of Unity is so much of a joy for me. Not that C# code in Unity is painful, but there's so many cool features in C# 12 that are missing from C# 8, which is the version that Unity is using. Merlin! I am Merlin raided us. Thank you, my friend. Do you know I am not Merlin, but I am Merlin. I'm not Merlin, you are Merlin. Shout out, folks. We gotta give a shout out here to I am Merlin. What an incredible human being. Hang on, do I got that wrong? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so wrong. I'm so wrong. Dominic does dev. I'm the worst. Dominic does dev. I'm so sorry that I'm the worst in history. Folks, points at Dominic. Here, let me help you with that. We're gonna give you 12,000 channel points as an apology. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got confused. Look, Captain Coder. Captain Coder's not a smart. It's not a smarty. Not a smart. I'm a codaton. I got a lot of code in here, and that's about it. Aside from that, it's pretty empty up here in this old noodle. Dominic does code. Dominic does dev. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I got it. That's what 24 hats will do to you. All right, folks. What I need you to do, check this out. See this name, Dominic does dev. Click on that, and then click on the follow. Those are the steps you gotta reproduce here. Follow Dominic does dev. Boom. Easy. Go check him out. Dominic, what were you doing on your stream? If you want to drop some links, permits, Dominic does dev. Feel free to share what you're working on. If you got any links, drop them to us. I am Merlin. Welcome aboard. Happy to have you here, my friend. Dominic does dev. I'm so sorry I botched that. Yoitz SRT. Dominic does dev. Thank you for the follow. Dominic does. Oh, folks, I don't think you realized here. I was clicking. Click that follow button. Click that follow button. Give Dominic does that. Look, steps to repeatable steps. See this name? Find that name. Click it. Step 2. Find the follow. Click it. Click it. Click it. Now. Do it. What are you waiting for? Thank you so much for the raid. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to botch that here. So great to have all you beautiful people. Yoit SRT. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yoit. Thank you for following me today. Yoit, thank you for the follow. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome aboard, Raiders. Full box. It's great to see you here on this beautiful Tuesday as well. Full box. Y'all are amazing. No, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for choosing to be here. Let me know if I missed a hat redeem. I know we're getting close here. You guys are all wonderful. Dominic says, playing a game and... Sorry, for some reason it's blocked here. I can't read what you wrote. Why won't that go away? All right, playing a game in the first half, and we were working on Revo GG a bit. What is Revo GG? Getting a testimonial in. You're so kind. No, you're so kind. You're so kind. Everyone, thanks for rating, but not Dominic does Dev, not you. Everyone, Eileen, thank you for the hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. We're gonna add it to the stack here. We're gonna add the Roar hat on top, the Roar beanie. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's add that on to there we go. There we go. I got a hat. Eileen, thank you for the hat redeem. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. All right. So, what are we doing here, folks? We're losing our minds. We're losing our minds. Direction. Not up. We're just going to return this here so I can sort of get it. You can't give subs here, Dominic. Great question. I am not an affiliate. I am not a partner. So there's no gift subs here. You can't give subs. Sorry, buddy. How many hats does he have next to him? A box. The answer is a box full of rocks and hats. The rocks keep the hats from flying away. You gotta keep them held down. Yeah, so I'm not an affiliate. I'm not a partner. So you can't sub. You can't give bits on this channel. But we do have. How come you're not an affiliate? Good question. Good question. I should have a command for this. So let me ask a question. Let me ask you a question. So, yoinks, thank you for the hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let me ask you guys a question. We got another hat here. We're gonna add another hat to the top of the stack here. Oh no! I was gonna say I need an affiliate. Thank you for the hat redeem. Oh no! Am I out? We're on the final hat, folks. You guys done did it. You guys done did it. Congratulations. You guys, last hat here. Let's see if we can get this. The one hat to rule them all. One hat to bind them. All right. There we go. Congratulations. The final boss hat has arrived. The master hat, if you will. The master hat. I don't know. Sometimes they fit in. The order seems to be really important on whether or not I can get them all inside of the master hat here. Hang on. Let's get these in here. I need to look, clearly this beanie is not big enough. This beanie is not big enough to contain all of my hats. All right. Close enough. Thank you for the hat redeem. The Vibe Makes Games. Bringing the vibes. Nice to see you, my friend. Nice to see you. So yeah, I'm not an affiliate. Thank you for the doy. Congratulations. You guys done did it again. I'm gonna need to get more hats, clearly. I need more hats. I don't have enough. So you're asking why?
Pay attention.
You guys are silly. You guys are too silly. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not a partner. You remind me of Marge Simpson. It's my Marge hat. Yeah, it's my Marge hat. It's my large Marge hat. I'm not an affiliate. If I was an affiliate, there would be ads, and I just kind of don't want the ads on my channel. Let me ask you guys. Do you guys want to see ads on Captain Coder's channel, or do you just want to be able to hang out and watch what Captain Coder does uninterrupted by ads? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Dominic says, I wouldn't mind, to be honest. I wouldn't mind. So, yeah. Twitch Turbo, ad-free for days. I want to see ads for my channel on your channel. JD, maybe we can run your ads here. I'll watch either way, Rex says. Happy to hang and watch. So what I've said is, this is... So give me a hat redeem so I can take this. This can overflow. What I have said is there are yeah, I know. So, but Vibe Makes Game. Thank you for the hat redeem. We got a hat. We're out of hats. So we just got a hat overflow, folks. The hat overflow. There they go. Oh, we ran out. The hat overflow. Thank you for the hat overflow. Points at all. For the hat overflow, 500. I don't know. I just give you all your points back so you guys can torture me again next time. Thank you for the hat redeems. I appreciate it. Maybe it's a me. There's a 3-hour cooldown. So there are. Check this out. Profits. People saying I get emotes. You want to know? You want to know how? Look, Captain Coder. Captain Coder is a very special streamer. Captain Coder has all of his own collectible emotes. Boom! Check out the Captain Coder collectible emotes. Only available. Only available.
Seems good.
At Captain Coder's favorite streamers streams. You can get thank you, Code Monk. Thank you, Code Monk, for the Captain Cross-Eyed. Yeah, so Captain Coder emotes, you can find them all over Twitch. It's collectible all over Twitch at my favorite streamers. From my favorite streamers. Dominic, you gotta wait 3 hours. 3 hours cooldown per person. So I don't know. Maybe someday. So what I've said, go get coffee. Yeah, we're gonna take a break. JD, I know you're itching to be in. JD, you just want to get rid of me because you know I'd like to put you in charge. That's what's happening here, isn't it? You just want to get rid of me. You just want to get rid of the captain. I have stated that if I get up to 200 average viewers, over the course of a month, I've never done that. My average viewer count is like 80. If I get to 200 average viewers, I will apply for partner. All right, folks, I gotta take a break. We're gonna do some stretch when we get back. I'm gonna get myself some more leaf juice. I'm gonna get some leaf water. I'm gonna get myself some more fresh water. When we come back, we're gonna get some stretches. JD's in charge. JD, I'm trusting you. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Is the music not working? Someone said the music sounds scuffed. Let me know if the music has issues. I can turn off the music as well. If there's issues with it, I'll just turn it off. But the music is okay now. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder what was going on with it. My hair, just the one song. Okay, maybe it was I don't know. Oh, Hero Fox, you know what it is? I know what was going on. I have a Bluetooth headset, and so when I walk to the east wing of my house, I bet I was getting too far away, and it was the static because it was like the audio kept switching sources. I bet that's what it was, and so you could hear me on the east wing of my house, which is so far away from my computer. But we're back. I missed you guys. We got to give a shout out here real quick. Let's give a shout out here to Dominic Does Dev. I want to say Dominic Does Code. Shout out. No. Okay. There it goes. I almost gave a shout out to a channel called V, but the good thing that channel didn't exist. Thank you so much for the raid, Dominic. Folks, if you haven't already given Dominic some love, give Dominic some love. Go check out what's Dominic's Devin. I'm going to be sure to do it myself. Thank you so much for being here. Nobody else does Dev, just JD. No one else is allowed to do Dev. East wing of my fancy. Yeah, so my this room is on the west wing of my house. The west wing of my house, which is down the hall from the east wing of my house. So I just like calling it the west wing and the east wings. So West Wing was a really good show, was it? I haven't seen that. That's the one. Is that the one that is about the airplanes? The airplanes? The West Wing, you know, the guys that the mechanics at it's like the mechanics that work on the airplane wing that's on the west side of the airplane. They never work on the right wing. They only work on the west wing. Is that one? I never saw that show, but I heard it was good. I heard it was the mechanics working on the airplane. So maybe, just maybe, we can get this up direction working here. And my idea that was Wings, not West Wing. Okay, so was West Wings the sequel to Wings, or was Wings the sequel to West Wings? Ridge Raider, since you're an expert in this, and also Nameless Coder, welcome back to the stream. I don't know if I said hello to you, but welcome back. Nice to have you. West Wing was a TV show about aviation. Thank you, Ridge Raider. I appreciate you letting me know. It was a drama about aviation. Interesting. I've never heard of that show. I'm not that big into aviation, but maybe someday I will. There's this little airport right by me. I see people skydiving all the time in the mornings. I've been going to this little diner near me for breakfast. Oh, so good. But it is right next to a little tiny airport, and I see people skydiving all the time. And in the little diner, I run into all these pilots. It's super cool. Mozart, welcome to the stream. Let me ask you a question, Mozart. Are you the actual Mozart? Mozart Amadeus? Are you Amadeus Mozart, or are you just, just another Mozart 53? Or are you the Amadeus Mozart? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Tony Shalhoub was the president. Tony Shalhoub was the president. Oh, I didn't know that. Of the United States? Is Tony Shalhoub? When did Tony Shalhoub run for president? Was that in like 2012, 2004 maybe? I don't know. I'm not big on politics, so I don't even know. Or are you saying Tony Shalhoub is the current president? I'm so confused. Tony Shalhoub is the president of Nantucket Airlines. Good to know. I think this code is this boundary check here. I think this code is the boundary check. So we're saying if these two things are the same, if they wouldn't be the same, so check it out. They wouldn't be the same in this case. So we're going to say start threshold, and this is our end position. So if our end position is above 10, I think this is right. So our start position here, I think we have these backwards. So we're decreasing, we have these backwards here. This needs to be here, and this needs to be end position. So we're starting here, we're decreasing, and if we pass, yes. So I think that's it. Dragon Spirit Games, thank you for the hat redeem. Hero Fox, have a beautiful day. Thanks for hanging out. Dragon Spirit Games, how you been, my friend? I'm the real guy. That's amazing. Mozart, the one, the only, the true Mozart. Welcome to the stream. I'm honored to be here, folks. If you guys don't know Mozart, incredible our nameless coder. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on the stack here. I'm having a wonderful Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for the hat redeems. I appreciate it. Mozart, that's awesome. You been working on anything new lately? Anything new? It's 7 million listeners on Spotify. It's a lot of listeners. Nameless Coder, thank you for hanging out. Remember, keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. Okay, so this means we've passed the threshold. Passed the threshold. And if we have, okay, otherwise the direction should continue being actor dot current direction. If our this is saying if our next direction was up. Here's the worst part about this. This should actually be if our next direction is left. This should be if our next direction is left or direction is right. Oh, hang on. This is our current direction is up. All right, I let myself get confused. If our current next direction left or right. Okay. So this is our current direction is up. Mozart says, I actually got a question. Okay, go for it. I'm new in game dev and I find Unity really good, but because of the license, I'm thinking about moving to other engines. What do you think? I use Unity a lot. So let me start by saying I use Unity a lot. I try not to get into the Unity drama. There's been some annoying harassment that has happened because I use Unity. So I'm not going to go too deep into the harassment on it. I think Unity is a fantastic engine. I think that some of the things they did with the license were unfair and communicated extremely poorly and potentially had very greedy intent. The license that currently exists is not that bad. And you don't have to pay anything if you make less than $200,000 with the current license. That's what I'll say. I really like Unity Engine. I enjoy Unity Engine. That said, there are plenty of alternatives. If the license scares you, there are other alternatives. I think that some of the other alternatives don't have the best C# support. Marshall says, 3 big questions. Where are you wanting to export your games to? Good. What kind of games are you wanting to make? And do you have a language preference? That's fine. Godot is a good tool. So for what it's worth, I've really enjoyed working with Godot. The main reason that I don't use Godot as my primary tool or as a primary tool, well, I haven't developed my Godot skills, is that I want to be using C#. And that's because I teach C# at the school I'm a teacher at. I teach C#. And there are not web builds for the current version of Godot in C#. Those are my 2 complaints. Yeah, JD, we need to have that as a command. We were talking about that on my Discord actually. I need to have an engines command where we have engines information. We can talk about it. I do have learn C# 25 gold, but not specifically like why I'm doing C#. Also, welcome to the stream 25. Mozart, I hope that is helpful. One thing you might get a lot of help too on our Discord. We have a lot of people on our Discord who want to learn how to make games, learn how to code, but also we have quite a few people who want to teach coding and help you grow. Yeah, Lance, I think there are alternatives in the C# space. That said, Unity Engine has a lot of features out of the box that I find really nice. Mozart, so you're new to game dev, you want to do C#. My question to you would be, what do you see as a fear with the license? And I think you can learn a lot about game dev by using Unity Engine without necessarily releasing a game, but you are learning specifically Unity Engine stuff. I'm a fan of Unity Engine. Okay, so right here, I actually want to say, and our actor.next direction, they come up with another surprise. I think a lot of people have that fear. And one thing to keep in mind is the only engine that you shouldn't, not the only one of the Godot, because Godot is open source, it's one of the few engines where that particular rug cannot be pulled out from underneath you for the current version. Marshall, I actually really like console ports. That's interesting. I hadn't thought about console ports with C#. That's an interesting point. Marshall says, if you want console exports with C#, then you are pretty much stuck to Unity, Monogame, FNA, unfortunately. I would be interested. I don't know enough about it. I'm not really a game dev. People are going to yell at me again for saying I'm not really a game dev. I am an amateur game dev who has not done much publishing. I've really only been doing game dev for the last year, for about a year. And I've dabbled and tinkered in making games. As a programmer, I like making little tiny games sometimes. But I've not done any serious game dev. I know Dragon Spirit Games, here they come. I was just starting to, I know. I was like, hang on, I gotta stop. People are gonna get upset. So here's the thing. Let's do this next direction left. Next direction left. This is interesting. Here. Current next direction if going up. I'm struggling a lot with this. Next direction if going up. If the current direction is up. Then I really kind of don't care. That's what's going on here. You're going to tell JD I'd never say I'm not really a captain. So I think this is why I don't necessarily think people should shut the door on Unity yet, is because of that reason, Marshall. Godot C# console support is weaker and requires a third-party porting company. That's right. Unity has a lot of really nice things built in, and this is why I think they thought they were bold enough, they could be bold in doing some of the things they tried to do. I do think they were trying to be a little bit sneaky. My personal feeling is Unity was trying to be sneaky towards mobile developers. That's mostly what game developers on it. Godot can't reach Unity. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean Godot doesn't have all the features Unity has yet? I think over time, so here's the thing, I've been following Godot for about 10 years now. I think Godot is awesome. I love the idea of open source. It's going to take another 10 years for it to mature. It's super young. Godot's only been around for about 10 years. I remember when it was first announced, like, oh, this is going to be such a cool teaching tool. I'm so excited to use it to teach. The main issue that I ran into with Godot was that GDScript. For me, GDScript is a non-starter because it's a non-general purpose programming language. The reason I can use GameMaker is because it is a visual coded programming language. And so I'm teaching about action-based stuff. So I can use it in non-programming classes. As a teacher whose primary focus is teaching programming, not game dev is a conduit for the programming, and I want to teach general purpose programming. So most of my classes, if they happen to be game dev, if there's any coding involved, we do coding outside of the engine, and then we'll add that code to the engine later. 10 years ago, I believe that's true. And, you know, we're starting to see the emergence of lots of different engines. We just got to see which one comes through. Napalm, nice to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. But Mozart, don't stop asking questions. I'd love to know more. I would say it's probably, if you are just making games for fun, Unity is a fine tool. If you're just making games to learn a little bit about programming, Unity is a fine place to go. If you want to publish and sell games and make lots of money, Unity may not be the best choice if you are worried about their licensing. That would be something to consider. If you 100% want to make games to make lots of money, Unity may not be the best choice. But if you're going to make games to make lots of money, making games to make lots of money might not be the best choice, it turns out. In my mind. And I could be completely wrong. There's potential, but it's hard. Here we're going to say if we've passed this threshold. Nice try, Yoitsert. You're going to have to wait. 3-hour cooldown. Probably use the Captain Coder Beanwater engine 6.x. It's true. It converts stream into Beanwater. Converts beans into energy. I don't want to become a game dev full-time. I mostly do it for fun. Releasing it and making money with it is kind of a bonus for me. I don't think you have to worry too much then if you're using Unity. I don't think you have to worry too much if you're using Unity. If you really just like C#, we need a 2-hat redeem. If you really like C# and you want to make small games, you can do that in Unity. You can do that in Stride 3D. You can do that in other places too. But I wouldn't say letting that licensing hold you back from using Unity. That makes me think Captain Coder should make a game about making Beanwater where the Beanwater mug also gets featured in the poorly drawn card game. Here, let me pull up some art here. The Beanwater mug gets featured. Let's open up Inkscape here. Beanwater Tycoon. It's a good idea. Ridge Raider, maybe we'll get a 2-hat redeem at some point. We're gonna write no code today, apparently. But that's okay. That's not true. We noodled around on writing some code. We have an hour. We might be able to finish this. We're getting close. We're getting close. All right, let's open up. Mozart, thank you for the follow. Mozart, I would like to thank you for following me now, Mozart. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you for following, and I hope you enjoy your stay today. Thank you for following, Mozart. Welcome to the crew. Mozart, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. It is So here's one thing to keep in mind about that, though. Here's one thing to keep in mind. That so Yoit says, I heard Godot is good choice for 2D, but not 3D. If no one ever uses it to make 3D stuff, 3D games, it'll take way longer to get better. So if you like the idea of Godot, which I do, I'm going to continue using Godot to make stuff in C# because I want to see the C# stuff improve. If you want to see the 3D stuff improve in Godot, we need people making 3D stuff in Godot to drive the development. That's part of what it comes down to. The reason Unreal is the reason the Unreal Engine is so great at 3D stuff is because it's being used a lot for that 3D stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying it can't be. Mozart, that's sort of, I don't hate GD script by any means. Our captain wants to C#, it's true. That's true. Why can't I find... What's going on? Why can't I find this? What's going on here?
Dopamine.
No
I
wonder
got
I'm in
that
the wrong
fix.
folder.
Whoa.
Thank you for the dopamine. Thank you for the dopamine. Mini Bond. Is it Mini Bond Char? Mini Bond Car? Mini Bond Chair? Mini Bond Char? Mini Boncha, I would like to welcome you, Mini Boncha. Welcome to the captain's crew, Mini Boncha. Thank you for following me, Mini Boncha. All right, so here we go. Took me a long time to get this open. Here's our Sleuth Sloth. This is for the poorly drawn card game I'm making. The Captain Coder mug makes an appearance. The Captain Coder mug makes an appearance. Mini Bonchar, thank you for the follow. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Yoit says, I tried to use LWJGL. This is the lightweight Java graphics library, which stands for, I should have read a little further. And you sort of have to make your own game engine to make a game, and it's a lot of work. Yeah, that's what Raylib is as well. Raylib is sort of that as well. Gotta get that fixed, Ramos. It's true. Dragon Spirit Games, remember to keep coding. Keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you again soon. You're welcome back anytime. Put a bean water holder in your game. Yeah, so this is some of the art I made for the poorly drawn card game, which I'm hoping will come out. It's looking like my class might not get picked up. I've proposed this class, and it seems like students... I thought it would be really appealing to students, but the requirements for the class are a little bit steep. And so I might not get enough students. I have to get at least 8 students to sign up for this class. And so it may not happen till the fall, people. We may have to postpone our release. I'm going to find out soon. I've proposed it. I'm running a demo of it this week. And then we got to see how many people sign up for it. But not many people have signed up for the demo, which makes me a little sad. So let's see if we can get this working here. In this code, we are passing the threshold. So right here, we're going to check if we're moving left or right. So if actor dot, and this is where I'm writing some hacky stuff right now, is... Okay. Next direction is going up. One thing we can do is say, we could actually say if actor.next direction is down, return direction dot down. We can switch from going up to down, no problem. This is for regular students, Lance. This is at my school. So anyone doesn't know, I teach at a school for ages 10 to 14. It's my full-time job. I work as a teacher. But yeah, it says a regular school. I proposed, I don't think I've promoted the class in a good enough way, So the class, I want to make a class. I have this idea for a class where students get to make cards for the poorly drawn card game. Let's get distracted one more time, please. Let's do it. Journ Jam 2. So we made this game for Journ Jam 2, We made the poorly assembled deck assembler game, and I had so much fun with it. And I saw a lot of potential in this game. There's a lot of potential for the students to learn how to design cards, design games, and write subclasses of cards. So we made this, and so I have this idea to turn this into a class called the Poorly Drawn Card Game. And in this class, students design sets of cards that fall into the guidelines of this game, the rules of this game. So they design new monsters, they design new cards here. The challenge with this class traps people into learning. That's right. The challenge with this class is it's a programming class and an art class and a game design class. So it's all three of those things. So finding students who want to take a class that they have to do all three of those things hard, and you have to have some C# experience previous. So you have to have taken my Intro to C# course. You have to want to make art, and you have to want to make a card game. And so I've had a very few students sign up for my demo, so I haven't promoted it well enough. So this class, it looks like it's not going to run in the spring term. I'm going to have to try again. It's my shader class ended up not running this term either, which is a little bit disappointing. So I'm going to have to try and get, wouldn't worry too much about that, but the interest for the class is not as great as I'd hoped it would be. I thought people would be really excited about it. They're not as excited as I thought they would be. I work at a school with a bunch of nerds. All my students are nerds. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, so I don't have to worry about down. I can do or direction is up. If that's the case, we just return actor.next direction. So if you're going up and you want to continue going up, it's fine. If you're going down and you want to continue going, if you're going up and you want to go down, it's fine. It's if we want to switch directions here, we need to check if we're passing a threshold. Now, if we're passing a threshold here, we're going to do a, it's true, I am pretty sneaky. This is where we want to get something that looks like this. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do actually here is I'm gonna say if these are not equal, we're just gonna keep going in our current direction. Like so. Otherwise, I need to figure out, can we make this turn? Can we make the turn? I only care about left and right. We should only get left and right. So if our next direction is left, the row we are in happens to be this one here. And it should actually be for both of these here. So this is the row that we're in, and we need to choose. If we want to go left, we need to check if there's a wall to the left. We want to go right, we want to check if there's a wall to our right. And so we're going to say if there is a wall, we keep going in our current direction. Otherwise, we should be able to choose our next direction here. So now if we're going up, congratulations on your bonus points, Shy Programmer. You're number 20 today. Number 20 to get those bonus points. I've written it in a way that I should be able to write unit tests, but I didn't. Okay, so that does not work. I can force the left there. All right, so you'll notice what I'm doing here. Maybe I'll slow it down. Let me slow down my Pac-Man speed so you guys can see it a little bit better. My Capman speed, not my Pac-Man. If you want to see what I'm doing here, I've slowed it down. Our Pac-Man's a little bit slower now. You can see right here, it shows the current direction I'm moving and then the direction I have queued up to move. So this was the last input I gave. So the idea is in Pac-Man, if you're coming up and you press left, you're gonna keep moving up and you're just gonna move, you're gonna come around the corner at the last second here. So you can actually watch this. You'll notice left is set here. I'm skipping past the walls, unfortunately. So this did not solve my problem. And I'm not quite sure why. Here's my game here. The threshold could be incorrect. If I'm going up, if I'm moving up, my Y is decreasing. The top left corner is 0, 0, and it increases down and to the right. And these are not the same. It must never be getting here. Let's try something. Console.WriteLine. Crossed threshold. So this, I want to know whether or not we're ever crossing the threshold. And if we are we just doing something wrong here? This may be the case that... Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's look at our terminal here. Biotest, that's what I'm doing. This is essentially doing raycasting. I'm not in Unity, so I don't have like a traditional raycast and then check it. I am doing raycasting here to check it. The wall collision, I'm doing a raycast from the center of the pack to stop against the wall. Okay, so I'm never getting the code saying I crossed the threshold. So on these turns here, if I force it, so you'll notice I can force myself. If I time it right, I can get myself to turn. But what I'm trying to do is cue this move up. So as I'm coming across, I'm detecting that, oh, hey, in that frame, I should make the move around the corner. You gotta look, Daddy, that's right. Training session, read the friendly manual. That's what we gotta do. We wanna read the friendly manual. Munch, we're gonna eat some dots, Munch, and we're gonna eat them. Oh, so yum. So much yum eating those dots. It's right. Yeah, we're gonna eat those dots. So, I'd be curious. I might need to slow it down even more. So here's a question. Am I even making it here? I must have some... I feel like this might be wrong here. Let's do a console.WriteLine. End position. Let's do start. Actor.y. End. Let's see if we can look at this. We're doing some good old print line debugging. Shy Programmer, have a beautiful day. I hope you're feeling better. Quite tired after the conversation. No problem. No problem. Get some rest. Take care of yourself. You're always welcome back, my friend. You know that. You know that. Lance says, you're basically trying to set up a desired direction and need a way to detect when we have reached the valid point to allow it. Exactly. Exactly. Is this the same Captain Unrecognizable with if Sophie had said I missed the hat? We did get it a hat overflow. We got a hat. The hats also reset after the break. So about every 90 minutes, 2 hours, the hats reset. When I take a break, they come off. So we only have 2 hats now. We only have 2 hats now. 3-hour cooldown. Sorry. It's a 3-hour cooldown. Okay, we're actually never doing... This code's never running. Oh, hang on. It's because I didn't type left yet. There we go. Let's look here and see what our thresholds are. Do I have them backwards? I must have. It looks like I have them backwards. This is our start position. This is our end position. So I'm doing it backwards. I had it right the first time. We need to. Okay. This might have been the bug here. Can we set up a command for liquid nitrogen? Beegs, it's great to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. We need a liquid nitrogen that let us set the cooldown to 0. Need a nitrogen command. Okay, I think this might have been. This might be the bug. Or the solution. Oh, look at that. The pack is back, folks. Boom. That output in the terminal is wacky. Okay. So we correct where we're going around the corners now. So this is really hacky. We're going to write this for all the directions and see if we can abstract it out to, because it's going to be a lot of copy paste code. And then also there's a little bit, exactly, Kuwani, we need to calculate the amount that we should, so you'll notice there's a little bit of a jump there. And it's because in that frame, it determined, hey, just jump to that spot and start going that direction. What we actually need to do is we need to calculate the difference in the distance. So how far are we to the center? And then the remaining is how much we need to move to the left or right. So we need to remove the leftover distance. So there's a little bit more that we have to do to get it so it doesn't jump at the end. Because, keep in mind, this is agnostic. The code we're writing for this Pac-Man needs to be agnostic. That's right, Biffles. Copy, paste, code reusability. The code we're writing is an agnostic Pac-Man code. And when I say agnostic Pac-Man code, that means the code doesn't care about how it's being rendered. It's just data. And this will allow us to port this once we finish the core game, it will hopefully, the idea is we can quickly port it to a bunch of different platforms. We're going to port it to Godot. We're going to port it to web. We're going to port it to Unity. We're going to port it to a console version. Can allow us to write unit tests. It's going to allow us to turn it into a class assignment so my students can hate Pac-Man forever. Due to all the cognitive overload and math that apparently Pac-Man is surprisingly tricky to code from a data perspective. So the next direction of going up is here. So now we know. I'm curious here. If I move this up here, we might get less of a jump if I move it up here. Or it might break everything. Let's find out. It breaks everything. Okay, so we actually have to do the move first. Okay. Hang on, this is interesting. Should this actually go down here is a question. I actually think it should. Oh no. I don't understand why this needs to be right here. I think I do. I think I almost understand. Okay. I do understand why. We can get those corners. Okay. So we're figuring out whether or not we have to move. Then we actually move a bunch of distance. The very basics of Pac-Man movement are grid-based, are they not? We could only allow a change of direction based off stated intent and only process that once we've reached a grid point that allows the change and we've reached the center of that grid. Sorry for the wall, thinking out loud. Yeah, so we are not moving pixel by pixel and grid by grid, though. We're not moving from one space to the next. Mendoza, welcome back. Welcome back. So check it out, Lance. If I knew If I knew the pixel count, I could do that. So the challenge is, notice my X and Y don't have the pixel count involved. So they're using doubles, they're using floats here. Watch these two numbers. I'm in between cells. I'm in between cells here. And I potentially could have done this different to where I'm not in between the cells. And instead I say, okay, well, every cell is actually, there's actually 16 pixels, and we like grow it out in this interesting way. This is how I've done it. And now I'm having to do the math here that says, as I'm coming around this corner, am I going over the center of this? And if I am, go ahead and turn. In the original Pac-Man game, we sort of looked a little bit at it, and they have a consistent frame rate. They know the exact frame rate, and there's key frames that they use to do the check. It says during these frames, check, can we do it? So because we're agnostic to the frame rate, we're agnostic to the renderer, we could emulate that. We could force a frame rate, an emulated rate, to do it, I suppose. But we're not. So Drev, welcome back to the stream, my friend. Pac-Man has learned to think outside the box. It's true. You gotta think outside the bun. You gotta think outside the box. You gotta think beyond those dots. Lance, I hope that made some sense. Could use a sparse graph and set allowable operations when in those nodes for change of direction. Yeah, we talked about that too. Another option was to pre-calculate every intersection. So pre-calculate every intersection and say, at these intersections, which change of direction is allowed? Which change of direction was allowed at those intersections? So we could pre-compute a graph ahead of time as well. I think that is another completely valid option. We still have, I think, a little bit of trouble of detecting when I'm actually inside of that space. I still have to figure out when I'm intersecting with that node and do it. I think that graph would end up being necessary for AI2. I think when we go to write the ghosts are going to have some interesting AI associated with them, and the ghosts might have that inside of their AI logic. Yeah, Lance, it's so cool to play around with those different ideas. BK says, making a graph feels more correct for me, but love how programming, you can choose between different solutions which are completely different but equally correct. I don't know if equally correct is the answer. They are both achieve. You're probably right. They both achieve the same ends. There are many ways to write an algorithm, is I think what you're saying, and I agree with that. There are many ways to, given an input, produce an output. Correct is a Boolean. True. Named after George Boole. Yeah, equally correct isn't nuanced enough. That's right. That's right. Some solutions are better than others. Seeing the process. I like that. Yeah. So we know that the player's next direction here. My problem is that I'm using a double instead of float. Maybe. Possibly. The reason I'm using double is related to... the reason I'm using double is related to Raylib, by the way. So Raylib gives me time in doubles. Its delta time is essentially in doubles. So in the render, it's useful for these to be doubles. Convenient is what I should say. Convenient for them to be doubles. Let's keep going here. I know that the direction I'm going... Try it anyway. I'm not only to distance. Is this a serious... are you being serious about the change here? I'd want to know why you think changing it to a float would be helpful here. If you're being that's your serious face. Gotcha. It's clearly the problem is that we're using doubles and not floats. So I know we can change direction here. And we get our player X and our player Y. And then in the next frame, we're able to move. There's a distance here that's left over. There's a leftover distance when I change the direction. Science! Balint, welcome back to the stream. I had a dream about you last night, Balint. Oh man, Balint, welcome to the stream, folks. If you guys don't know Science streams, give him some love. Give him some love. Go check out the stream. Yeah, it was a weird dream. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Give Science some love, folks. Click that heart. Go learn about science. Go learn about microscopy. Go learn about nature and video games. All kinds of good stuff. Kinds of good stuff. So, Balint, I had a dream last night that we were doing a collaborative stream. And in my dream, you had come to my house. You were here, and we were going to do a collab stream together. And my stream deck had stopped working. And I couldn't figure out how to get off of the stream starting screen. So we were stuck on this screen. And we couldn't get off that screen. And it was making me crazy. I was like, what is going on? Why can't I get off the screen? Why can't I do this? And we kept getting raided. And our viewer count was at like 12,000, and people were going like, why aren't they here? Where are they? And I was losing my mind. I was freaking out. I couldn't figure out how to get the stream to start. And in the dream, we were trying to figure it out for like an hour, and then everyone abandoned us. It was a wild dream. Kavadra Tisk, welcome back to the stream. Kavadra Tisk says, Retro Game Mechanics Explained have an interesting video or two detailing the AI of the Ghost. There's some really cool videos. Feel free to, if you send them on the Discord, other people will probably get them more often. Science, it was crazy. It was like we couldn't figure out. I know. When I woke up, I was going, this is wild. What a wild dream. But yeah, my stream deck, for some reason, stopped working, and we couldn't get off the starting screen. And for some reason, I couldn't remember. I remember being on the computer being like, why can't I figure this out? It was a weird dream. Okay. Next direction needs a little more information returned. And so it needs to return, or would be useful. It would be useful if, in addition to the direction, this is going to look, in addition to the direction, if we're making the turn, we need to know how much we need to go into that turn. Can I just keep it? What's this language called? This is C#. So you'll notice a little jump there. I want to fix that jump. It is just jumping us up to that position before we actually get there. I'm surprised it's so noticeable. I'm really surprised it's so noticeable. Yeah, C# tutorials if you want to learn this language. I have some resources that I always recommend. Feel free to use those. I have a website. There's a book, the C# Player's Guide. It's a little bit pricey to some people, $35. And then the yellow book is a free PDF copy. What does a distance of 1 look like? I noticed in some functions, if your distance double causes wall collisions, you choose to apply 1 to the player position. Why 1? I was wondering if the sudden displacement by 1 would look funny if you're moving by fractional increments. That one's a little weird. It does. It just takes it a while to load. It's a weird website. I don't know why it takes a while to load here. The 1 is because internally our board is an integer. It's integer based. So everything in the board is actually a 1 by 1 cell. Pac-Man and the Ghost happen to be a 1x1 cell that can move, that are not bounded by the integers. So at most, Pac-Man can move 1 space. Does that make sense, Biffles? Let me know if that makes sense. So the 1 is just because everything has a size of 1. All of the squares has a size of 1. If things had different sizes, this would be the width of the block. But 1 happens to be the width of everything in my game. Or in this game. It's applied to the cell and not to the position. So if we look here, we're using that here to determine whether or not there's a wall in that position. So that's why we're doing the +1, -1. It's also why we are casting it to an integer. Is it saying this is the cell that we calculated that we are moving across? So that is essentially, those positions is the center. So position 1, 1 would be the center of a cell, not the top left corner, the center. So we're doing this based off of our center. And we use this to determine whether or not we are there. So one thing to keep in mind is the X values are double, so it's between the cells. When we're moving, I need to know. So the thing I want to know is if I change direction, this means I am passing a threshold. I need to determine how much to move in my previous direction and how much to move in my new direction. So how far does it take for me to get to the center of that next cell? And then how far into, and so that's my first distance, and then the leftover distance I need to apply to the next one. So this is what I need to do here. So if my direction is not the same, so one thing that we can do is say if player, here's one thing we can do. I kind of want this to return a boolean to say, are we changing directions? Are we changing direction? So next direction here, I might pull out first. Direction next. Okay, and I might say if next is equal to player.current direction. This is the code that we run. Okay. Else, and I feel like there's a better way to do this. This feels a bit hacky here. This says we've changed directions. Okay. We are going to change directions here. If we're changing directions, I need to figure out how much to move in the direction I'm currently moving to get to the center of that tile. And then how much to, and then the difference of that needs to be applied in the other direction. Okay. So our current direction is going to become our new direction. Correct, Biffles. This is complex enough in my mind. I need to understand it. Last night I did something with it. So in yours, yeah, so we are kind of doing that depending on the direction we're moving. We are snapping to those positions. It's very similar to that Ridge Raider. It's just a little bit different. Maybe not. Yours, you're always rounding down. Sometimes mine needs to round up. Depending on the direction I'm going, I need to determine, because of the raycast, I need to, if I'm going up and then to the left, there's some fiddly bits in there. That's essentially what I'm doing. Here, you'll see that this is rounding down. You did round, so it rounds to the nearest center. Oh, you're doing round instead. Mine, I tried round. Yeah. The rounding. Let me think about that. I don't need the start X and start Y are doing nothing. I kind of need to get different X and Y's here. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I thought my dog needed me for a second. I might have to. There's a crash in the other room. I gotta go check on the dog. Anyway, dog's fine. Everything's okay. I need to determine. Let's write. Yeah, so Ridge Raider, I want to have a smooth around the corner. I want it to be smooth. So if we do the free Pac-Man game here, I want the corner movement to be really smooth as I'm coming around. All the ads on this are bad. So the corner movement, I don't want there to be jumps as I'm coming around. And right now I have jumps. So if we look at what I have currently, if I put this back, you'll notice when I move around the corner in the top here, I get the jump. I want to eliminate that jump, and that's what I'm doing right now. And so to do that, I'm gonna write, again, I'm breaking this down into a bunch of things to like isolate the complexity. And it's not, I think this code is really difficult to read and really difficult to understand currently. But I'm trying to get a working solution that I can then refactor and simplify. And what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna write a method just for now called switch direction. And it's going to take in, I don't actually need to take in a whole lot here because these values are added. But I think to think about this problem, I want to write a method here, private void switch direction. This method is called at an appropriate time, then I know the direction can be switched. So this should determine the remaining movement to get to the next cell and then move. Okay, so I think I have this here. Let's do switch direction here. the main thing that needs to happen is our current direction becomes the next direction. So we're going to switch direction. The play direction becomes the next direction. So this is the very last thing that needs to happen. Double distance. There's some oddities here. We know the distance that we're going to move, the total distance that we need to move. We can pass that in here. And I want to... we have to calculate based off of this. Let me focus on the up right now. So if we're going up, our position's going up, we need to calculate the distance to the spot just above us. So it's how far we need to round down. So real quick, I'll do if player.next direction is... No, if our current direction is up and we're switching directions, we're going up, that means we need to find the distance delta upward. Kind of need like a velocity thing here. But if we're going up, the end position is... this would be player, not the actor. Although we could take in an actor here. That might be useful to think about for testability. We're very close here to having it work for up. If we're going up, how far are we to the next cell? So end position should be the cell directly above us. So we need to take our value here, round it up, and then subtract 1, which would be the same as rounding. Hang on. So if we're at position 10.1, this should put us at position 10. So I need to just round down. Our end position is going to be this. Our end Y. And then double leftover distance is equal to our distance minus our end Y. That's how much leftover distance is. And then we need to apply that to the left or right motion. So if we're going up, we need to determine... Man Brave, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for the hat redeem. Is that a hat to this stack? Oh. Thank you for the hat redeem. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome aboard. We are trying to get a smooth direction change here. This is what we call a hat trick. 3 hats, that's right. But I didn't know what a hat trick was. I'm not a sports baller. I didn't know what a hat trick was in Rocket League. And I was like, this hat trick thing we keep getting, I was thinking it had to do with how you were hitting the ball with the top of the car, but it turns out it just means you got 3 in a row. Is that right? It's like in bowling, 3 strikes in a row is called a turkey. And no one knows why. No one knows why. See, I would have just called it a turkey. Okay, so then our actor dot y should be at the end y. So I can actually replace this here, I believe. Actor dot y. And then our leftover distances here. Now we need to determine left or right based on our moving. So other people chicken out when you hit 3 in a row? Is that why they're called turkeys? It's because they used to give away turkey on like Thanksgiving during bowling. If it was the USBC, the United States Bowling Collegiate, I believe is what it's called, used to, during Thanksgiving tournaments, if you got 3 strikes in a row, you'd actually win a turkey. Three rolls in the same player. Gotcha. Look, I'm not a sports baller. I'm not a sports pucker. I'm just a captain who likes to code. How does hat redeem work? Annex, good question. You exclamation point hat. For 500 points, you got to check your points, exclamation points. For 500 points, you do exclamation point hat to redeem the hats. Captain Commerce, welcome back to the stream and Annex Codes. It's great to see you. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for the hat, yeah. Annex, let's get you some points. Points, add Annex. We'll give you 250 to start out. Oh, Annex, you're one of those. My bot, for some reason, there's a couple names. For some reason, it doesn't like it. I have no idea. I didn't write the code, so I can't look at it. Thank you for the hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get you added into the database, Annex. For some reason, you're not in the database. Talif, welcome back to the stream. Too much of a hat tower and you'll start to kill your neck. It's true. It's true. We did that earlier. Let's fix this up for you. And we're going to finish this code. And then I got to get to work. No progress today. I guess we made some progress. I'm being too harsh. Let's go into our database here. We're going to duplicate users. We're going to call this one backup. And then we're going to modify one more time. Edited. We got to restart our bot here in a second. I've been here looking through the Stream Next Fest. Tell me more about this. I don't know what Stream Next Fest is. Maybe I should open with code. Let's get you added in here. We'll add you at the top. Let's make sure you're not in Annex. Annex codes. Yeah, for some reason, when the first time you type something, it's supposed to add you into the database. This isn't my code. Annex codes. Let's give you an ID here. Annex codes. And let's give you, I don't know how long you've been here, but let's give you 2,000 points to start you out. Hit save on that. We have to shut down Firebot just for a moment. Bot's offline. Bot's offline, folks. Sorry. And then we'll delete the original one here. And then we'll do users. Like so. Too often these days. Too often. If it would end with .db.db. So it's super weird. There's nothing in that cup, by the way. I just drank some air. Annex 50. There you go, Annex. There you go. We got it fixed there. Too often, yeah. There's some weird bug in there. Congratulations, Rap Time. Congratulations on your first bonus points for you there. Yeah, I keep drinking air, and more than anything, I keep, there's nothing in this cup, so it just keeps giving me some air. Marshall, so since you got yours, you already did it here today? This whole Kamaja test thing, guys. I should make an app for that. It's true. It's true. I should look at the source code and see if I can fix it. Oh my goodness. You guys are too much. I think we gotta wrap up here. Yeah, so the bot remembers. I didn't break the code. The bot remembers if you've done here today so far, but it doesn't remember who. So the way it's set up is when I start the bot, when the bot starts up, it resets who first was. But in the database, everyone has metadata saying the last time they did here to prevent it. Marshall, thank you for the hat redeem. It might have reset the cooldowns, actually. That might have actually happened. So it remembers whether or not you've claimed your bonus points. Thank you for the hat, Marshall. Or it could be that we've been 3 hours in. I've broken a lot of things. Look. So that's why I call me the wrecker. All right, folks, I gotta get to work. The bot remembers is such an ominous beginning to a sense. The bot knows. The machine knows, everybody. Let's see if we can find someone to raid out to. I've been trying to raid out to new game devs that I don't know yet. How many of these amazing hats have Captain Commerce? We got a lot of hats. We got a hat overflow earlier today. We did have a hat overflow where I ran out. If anyone has a recommendation on a new streamer, let's go low to high. On a new streamer that they like, let me know. C# game development. This is sort of what we're doing. Let's see if this person is chatty or not. Follower only chat. They might not know that. We're not going to do that because it's follower only chat. Making a 2D adventure game, learning as we go. Thundercats has a face. They've got a face. They have a voice. They're talking and they're in English. And they're working in Godot. They're working in Godot. Let's give them a raid, folks. Thundercats. Thundercats, ho! All right, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Keep coding. Keep growing. Keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. When we get over there, say Thundercats. Show us Thundercats. I don't know if that's right. Let's do Happy Tuesday. Let's do Twitch raid. Happy Tuesday. Rat Eye. Hang on. Twitch raid. Happy Tuesday. Show us what you got. There we go. When we get over there, copy paste that in, folks. We're gonna have a beautiful day. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's give them some love. Copy paste that in. Let them know who's coming. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.